King here, back for another video. So today I received an email, a generated email that is, from FamilySearch.org. So what you're seeing now is actually the screenshot of my account on FamilySearch.org. So in that email, it basically wanted to showcase the timeline for my sorry, not for my great grandfather, but for my grandfather, my mother's father, who's one of the grandchildren of Washington James. Basically want to show the timeline of his life from the time that he was born to the time that he died in 2001. I show this to really to showcase that what you can find on FamilySearch.org, which is basically a free site. I'm not paying for my membership for having an account to basically research my family's genealogy, my family's history, the lineage from Washington James on down to, such a case, myself. Uh, and other members of my family. But so this is so when I clicked on the email and the link in the email, that's where it sent me to. I had to log into my account and it took me to this page here, and it shows there. That's my grandfather's name, my late grandfather's name, the time of the event. So the timeline. There's also links there where you can go directly to the family tree, view the relationship between myself and my grandfather, basically showing the lineage, right? But this is the timeline. So I think this date, 1926, is off. I'm not sure where that date came from. I'm asking my mother that he was born in 1928 thereabouts, and it could be wrong, but the information is getting from records. So the penmanship might be off to where that's where it was entered into the archives, into the information, into this website, this database, but this is roughly his where he was born. Uh, and then it shows that where he registered under 1930. Probably the census report. I believe this is the census report showing that in 1930 he was 3 years old thereabouts, and then maybe moved. And these pin locations you see in the map right here is basically correlating with these timelines here. So uh, somewhere on here he was 8 years old when he moved in 1935. Then 1940, at the age of 13, moved back to the Wauhee Township in Marion County, South Carolina. I guess filed for some kind of social program application at the age of 16. And at the age of 1945, my mother was born. At the age of 20, 1947, he married my late grandmother. Had his second child, his firstborn son, at the age of 21 in 1948. In 1949, at the age of 22, had his third child, second daughter. In 1951, had his second son at the age of 24. 1952, at the age of 25, had his third son. In 1959, at the age of 32, had his third daughter. And 1963, at age 36, had his last daughter, baby daughter there. And then in 1978, this is his father here, Papa Jimmy, who was one of the children of Washington James, died in 1978, and my grandfather was 52, roughly 52 years old at the time. And then in 1989, one of his sons died. He was age 62. And then his death in 2001, he was roughly 75 years old. I believe it was more like 71, 72, but again, the numbers could be off. Again, this map really correlates with this timeline here, but you can come here again and find your family tree, start doing your research. If you know who your family is or are, you can do the search and start building up your family tree. And a lot of the information sometimes even self-generated. If you connect it to yourself or to your family member, other information will be populated. You can go in your account and see the information that's there. For instance, if I wanted to see, click on this link here, read the relationship to my grandfather. There it is. My grandfather married my grandmother, right? There is my mother, and then there's me. Let's see if I can go back here. You can go back. If I want to show the family tree. Here it is. Right, Washington James. As I said before, Washington James, Martha Samuels being his mistress, because Washington James already had a wife and a son named Charles or Charlie. There's Papa Jimmy, who died when 1978. One of the grandchildren, or sorry, children of Washington James. Right, and there's my grandfather Jake, and there's my grandmother, who is who? One of the grandchildren, great grandchildren of Toby Cox, who was one of the original owners of the property. So Washington James being one of the original owners, and Toby Cox being one of the original owners. So there's Papa Sim, my grandmother's grandfather, right? There's Grandma Golda, the daughter of one of the children of Simon Cox, right? And here's all my grandfather's children. There's my mother right here, and there's me. So I just want to show this bit of information, show how to discover your family tree. Some of the information is self-generated by email. So once you start populating your family tree, you receive, emails from familysearch.org, providing further information on your family tree, such as the timeline, or saying that, hey, we find another link to your family tree. You can click on the link to discover it. You got to sign in, of course, but click on the link to discover it. And yeah, one thing I noticed is that people can lie, right? They can make false statements, but the numbers don't lie, and records don't lie. So this is my family tree, and I'm going to use this definitely in court to show who my family is, or who we are, that we can trace our lineage back to the original owners of the property and go from there. So anyway, I just want to show this for everybody, let y'all know about this wonderful tools database here that can help you track down your lineage, research your family history. Yeah, so thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in another video. Take care, peace.